Now I'm going to use this piece of scrap 2x4 to explain a few things. First off, and most people that work with wood know this, but in case this is something new to you, 2x4s aren't 2 inches wide. It's 1.5 inches. And it's 3.5 inches, not 4. So if I want to get a perfect square, I'm going to have to cut 1.5 inches. And an easy way to do that is to, instead of worrying about what the guide says, I just take a piece of scrap lumber, not too tight, just there, and then I lock it down. So when I cut it this way, when I rip it this way, I'm going to end up with an almost perfect square 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. Now if you notice, it's rounded. It's not exactly, it's not a 90-degree angle at the corners. It's rounded. And I want the wood to be that goes on the outside of the frame of the panels to have the beveled or rounded sides. So when I cut the other half, I'm going to flip it this way. So once I've cut this off, then I'm going to cut off from this way, and it's going to leave me a thin strip of wood like this, the length of whatever I rip this way. And don't worry, that'll get used. But that's just going to be surplus for additional things I want to do, or another project, or different framing. But you're going to end up with this. And this is why I went ahead and, instead of buying, you can go out and buy 2x2s that are not 2x2s either. But then you can use, just cut it to the lengths that you need and do that. But economically, the 2x4 is the best deal as far as the lumber goes. I tried 2x6s, 2x8s if I ripped them, and then it actually ended up ending up with less wood in the long run, and I didn't save any money. So the 2x4 is a good deal, but you have to be aware of what you're actually working with when you're trying to make projects like this. If you're actually if you think you're going to actually get 2-inch wide wood, you're not. So just showing you. So this will end up with the centerpiece, and then that little bit of loss, because you're going to lose some. I save the sawdust. The sawdust does not get wasted. I do not save the pressure treated stuff. I just keep this for just the lumber that wasn't treated, and then that's going to go in the garden, and I'm going to clean this up. But nothing is wasted if I can help it. Yeah, that video, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen it, but I didn't really see it. And it was a mess. It's only been here not even 2 years, and cobwebs and sawdust, and it was bad. So I cleaned it up.